One of the most challenging obstacles you'll ever encounter is probably going to be dealing with a person who is tough to love. The level of tension caused by the situation might reach an all-time high when there is nothing you can do to avoid having that person in your life. What if, on the other hand, you believe that you are the one who is difficult to love? You do not have an easy life either. Because of the way you behave, you provoke hostility and anxiety, and as a result, even the relationships in which you have the greatest confidence in suffer. You are in luck because there are steps you can take to enhance how you feel about yourself, as well as the quality of the interactions you have with others. Welcome to Relentless Man. Are you the toxic one? The one that's hard to love? Keep watching and see how you can change this. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell. Please share our channel and look out for our up-and-coming videos. You may call yourself intricate, intense, or any other several other terms that are more complimentary. But are you someone who is difficult to love? If any of these things ring true for you, it is likely difficult for others to care about you and have a strong relationship with you. It may be difficult to acknowledge this, but it is certainly the case. Do you know if you are hard to love? The first step of stopping your toxicity in your relationship is admitting why you can be hard to love. Here are some of the traits of being hard to love. Not knowing how to apologize. Because they are so stubborn, people who are difficult to love never learn how to apologize for anything. You have a problem if you make your significant other feel like they are constantly in the wrong because you refuse to acknowledge that you are not always right. I am sorry is probably the most significant phrase in the English language. The intrinsically imperfect experience of being a human being would seem insurmountably awful if there was no chance of regaining trust or repairing shattered fences. A sincere apology has the power to genuinely heal. Yet, one that is either lacking or inadequate may put a strain or even destroy a relationship. A heartfelt apology goes a very long way. Are you unpredictable? If you are the kind of person who can't be understood or figured out by people who are closest to you, it's not always a good thing. Being dynamic and a bit secretive may be liberating, but it can make you seem untrustworthy and shady in relationships. This, in turn, makes it difficult for your partner to love you since they don't have a clear idea of who you actually are or where they are in their relationship with you. Be open and show your true self with someone you love. This is the highest form of intimacy you can achieve. There's no compromise. If you cannot find common ground in your relationships, you are certainly difficult to love. It is really difficult to love someone who never wants to accommodate others or finds a way to make their spouse happy as well. Shouldn't you? If you care about someone, want to meet them halfway? Old baggage. If you punish the people in your current life for things that occurred to you in the past, you are undoubtedly unlovable. After being hurt in a romantic or platonic relationship, we know how tough it can be to reopen one's heart and be vulnerable with another person again. However, if you cling onto that bad energy and carry those feelings into your new relationships, it's as if you're begging for trouble. It is not necessary for it to be this way. Putting up emotional walls. Your walls go up as soon as someone gets close to you. You believe that by doing this, you are protecting yourself from harm. In a relationship, you set up emotional walls to shield yourself from the heartbreak, abuse, or abandonment you have suffered in the past. As you construct even greater walls in response to suffering, you will grow more alienated from yourself. Allowing others into your life and heart is an integral aspect of loving someone. To love someone, you must emotionally know them. If you cannot allow others in, you will never be able to fully love or be loved. Are you dishonest? The general rule is that being truthful is always preferable than telling a lie, even a minor one. The idea is that people value truth. When people discover that you have lied, they withdraw from you. People who have admirable characteristics such as honesty and integrity are likable. Work on these characteristics and you won't be difficult to love. Self-destructive behavior. If you drink to excess, constantly put yourself down, or take part in habits that are damaging to you, then you are going to be a challenging person to love. People who take the best care of themselves and who consistently give themselves the greatest love are the ones who have been the least difficult to love. You don't consider yourself worthy of being loved. Put the question to yourself: do you even think you're deserving of love? Our ability to acknowledge that we are deserving of love is the single most important factor in figuring out how much we value and pursue romantic relationships. Negative self-talk may make it difficult for us to accept the responsibility that we are deserving of love and happiness in our lives. In order to alter the negative self-talk that we have about deserving to be loved, we must first investigate the origins of some of the assumptions that we have about our own worthiness and the love we feel we deserve. And most importantly, communication. If you can't communicate with another person and work through your differences with them, you're probably not easy to love. If two individuals in a relationship are able to communicate effectively with one another, that connection will be much stronger than it would have been otherwise, regardless of the nature of the relationship. It will put a strain on your relationships and make you difficult to love if you are unable to express how you feel to another person, or if you withdraw emotionally when you disagree with them. If some of these signs ring true, we are sure that you would want to change these things about yourself that are hampering you from having an amazing relationship with your partner. There's that old saying that a leopard can't change its spots. You are not a leopard, you are a man, and anything can be changed. Put your ego aside and take some advice from us. These tips will turn your relationship and your life around for the better. You need to take more responsibility for yourself and your relationships. So be more proactive. It's time for you to make a change. If you find it difficult to apologize and constantly try to place responsibility for problems on someone else rather than yourself. If you find that there is a problem in your relationship, rather than placing the burden on the shoulders of another person, consider what it is that you can do to resolve this problem. When trying to solve a problem, it's often more productive to concentrate on the matter at hand than assigning blame to specific individuals. Your partner is your teammate, not your enemy. Open up about how you feel. Expressing your feelings, whether they are positive or negative, can guarantee that other people will find you friendly, available, and open to conversation. They may not agree with what you have to say, but they will like the fact that you are confident enough to express your opinion anyway. As soon as you allow yourself to believe that your emotions do not matter, that they will not be heard, or that they are not worth discussing, you give yourself permission to hold negativity and resentment. Put an end to your selfishness. While it is critical that you take care of yourself, it is also essential that you acknowledge that the world, and your partner's world in particular, do not revolve around you, and that they too have needs and desires that must be met. A loving relationship is a process by which we not only satisfy our own need, but also satisfy the requirements of our partners. When both parties walk away feeling satisfied with the exchange, a wave of positive emotions is sure to follow. When this is not the case, the situation deteriorates, which ultimately results in the termination of the relationship. Be empathetic. It is a powerful way to make oneself more lovable to others by showing empathy for others around you. Everyone struggles and has difficulties in life to varying degrees. Instead of concentrating on your own desire to be loved, try to understand how the feelings of others affect them. Imaginative activities are the source of empathetic responses. You have to put yourself in their shoes and put yourself through all that they are going through right now. Then communicate your compassion to them in a manner that will be beneficial to them. Perhaps what they need to hear is someone else saying something to the effect of, "It sounds terrible," or "I can't imagine how difficult that must be." Don't do anything to only win people's affection. Carry it out as a gesture of love. After that, have faith that your constructive conduct will ultimately be to both of your advantage. Personal space and privacy. If you are someone who is naturally inquisitive, you could be interested in knowing everything that is going on in the lives of the individuals you want to have in your life. You could also believe that other people owe you total openness in all that they do that has the potential to influence how you feel about them. It is important to keep in mind that everyone has the right to some degree of privacy and personal space. Accept the fact that they do not want to share private information with you if that is their choice. To really love someone, you don't need to have all of the answers to their questions. When you step back and satisfy yourself with knowing just what they choose to share with you, they will feel more at ease inviting you into their lives and sharing more information with you. Making yourself more lovable might be a challenging task, but it is a struggle that is well worth the time and effort you put into it. What are the necessary components for success? To begin, you will need to discover the drive and determination deep inside yourself to take on the challenge. You'll need to be willing to conduct an in-depth analysis of your actions and thoughts while maintaining the highest level of objectivity possible. You'll need to consider the desires and goals of other people, as well as be ready to examine how the way you behave affects the people around you. There may be moments when you will need to give yourself permission to be vulnerable. You will have to learn new methods of communication and take the risk of practicing such methods, even when you have reservations about them. If you keep going down this road, there will be challenges ahead of you, but the rewards at the end will be well worth it. It is not difficult to become more open to accepting love, despite the fact that doing so presents a big hurdle. You only need to put your attention on making the necessary adjustments, and the results will take care of themselves. Adopt a mentality of tough love that will motivate you to keep working toward your goal, no matter how challenging it may appear. You can be loved. It's all up to you.